Well, hello, Mayfair Bible Church family and friends. Pastor Michael here, and our pastoral resident intern, Robert Blazer, and we're glad that you are tuning in here. It's a Friday, and that means Sunday is coming. As you all are aware, this past Wednesday, some guidelines changed with the Michigan Health Department, and so we are enacting some additional guidelines in order to safely provide our worship services for you as a church family. Right out of the gate, I want you to know that we are so happy that things have been going well over the last several months with our worship services here in person. It's been sweet, hasn't it? Been sweet to sing together, to gather around God's Word together, to pray with one another. And this has been a difficult year, but you have exhibited love for one another, love for Jesus Christ. And it is an honor and a joy to serve as your pastor. So this coming Sunday and for the next few Sundays, we're going to up the ante in what we're doing to safely gather. We're thankful that our governor has provided a clear exception clause for houses of worship to continue to exercise their freedom of worship that our Constitution provides. However, we want to make sure that we're doing that as safely as we can. And so what you're going to experience over the next few Sundays will resemble what you experience when you walk into a grocery store. Recognize that Kroger, Meijer, something like that isn't necessarily the most welcoming, warm, fuzzy place on the planet. But we believe that what we're going to be able to do here is better than shutting down completely our in-person services. We will continue our live streaming at 10:45 on our website and Facebook Live and YouTube Live. But here, what you're going to experience this Sunday when you arrive. At our 9:15 and at our 10:45 services, we are asking, and you can see this with the signs behind us, we're asking that you put on your, and Robert and I are going to do this now, your mask or shield before entering the building. And we recognize that there's a difference of opinion about the effectiveness of masks. And you can see my glasses fogging up, which is why I will have a shield most likely on Sunday, or I'll just wear my contacts. But we ask that you wear your mask as you enter the building. And at 9:15, those masks stay on for the entirety of the service and everywhere you are. And that's how we've been practicing it from the get-go. At 9:15, even in your pew, you keep the mask on. At 10:45, there will be a section where the mask will be kept on the whole time, and you can take it off once you get to your seat. As we've been practicing, every other row is roped off, so practice social distancing as well. But please be respectful and loving and kind to those who have a difference of opinion. Robert's going to share a little bit about our 4 guiding truths that we've been living by ever since March as a church family. So masks required upon entry. And then here's a tough one, and this makes me sad to even say this, but we're going to ask, in accordance with the Genesee County Health Department and what they're asking of churches, is that there be no unnecessary congregating in the foyer in closed spaces. If you want to chat and congregate, you can do that more safely outdoors. Recognize, though, that they're calling for snow this Sunday, so that might be a little bit chilly. However, we ask that congregating and so forth not take place in closed spaces in the foyer and other rooms. That's really hard for me to say, but do your best to practice physical distancing 6 feet apart. We ask, number 3, no hugs or handshakes. And there are a lot of people who aren't comfortable with that, who are coming to both services. Recognize that some of you are comfortable with that, but we don't know who is and who isn't. So we're asking that you don't practice hugs and handshakes on Sundays when you gather for the protection against the transmission of the COVID virus. Even right now, a dear man, a godly man who attends a different gospel-centered church in our community, a lovely guy, a dear friend of mine, he's in the hospital right now with COVID-19. I want you to pray for my friend Gary and his wife Lois, who both have tested positive. We love them. We care for them deeply. And so in our church family, we want to do the best we can as this local church to not unnecessarily transmit this virus from person to person. And then number 4, please consider attending the 9:15 service. We typically have around 50 to 80 people in that service. We could easily accommodate 150 safely distanced in our auditorium that seats over 800 people. And so please consider attending the 9:15 service. And if you have not checked that out, I encourage you to come 10:45 or 9:15. There's a place for you to worship. Right now, you can see people even checking in to deliver their Operation Christmas Child boxes, a sweet ministry to kids all around the world. And then finally, I just want to say we are blessed with a big building. And there are many churches in our community that have had to shut down because they don't have enough space to spread out. We are thankful that our forefathers here at Mayfair provided for an auditorium that fits over 800 people and spacious big foyers where we can spread out. So let's thank the Lord for that as we head into Thanksgiving week. Also be on the lookout for those who will be at home on Thanksgiving by themselves. There will be people in our church family who will be at home by themselves this Thanksgiving. Think of who you might be able to call, or even just stop by to drop off a card or a balloon or a potted flower or something like that to express love to those in this time of crisis. Now, Robert, these four guiding truths that we've been aiming to practice based on Ephesians chapter 4, verses 1, 2, 3, Paul calls us to diligently work to preserve the unity of the Spirit and the bond of peace. And so how have we been trying to do that? Here are four guiding truths here.
Yeah, for sure. As you've probably already heard these four guiding truths before from Pastor Michael, I'm going to reiterate them for you. The first one is personal responsibility over policing. The second is voluntary compliance, not defiance. The third is deference for others differing of opinions.
That's a tough one.
And then the fourth one is love limits liberty. At times, we put our personal liberties aside for the sake of love. And all of these things that we're asking of you, it's all for one goal. It's to be one body and to be considerate of our brothers and sisters who might be more prone to this disease. And we want to work together as a body, as different members, but part of the same body, having different of opinions, but in love, doing these things together for each other.
All right. Yeah. Thank you so much for sharing that, Robert. So those are four guiding truths. I'm going to put on my mask here right now. Here, out of love for Robert. This Sunday, Pastor Keegan, our awesome youth pastor, is going to be preaching the Word. He's got a special message he's prepared from God's Word, from his heart, to share with you this Sunday at 9:15 and 10:45. So we hope that you will be able to come in here in person and worship with us, or online through our various portals. We love you. We have a special announcement to share this coming Sunday as well, so we hope that you won't miss out on that. We will look forward to seeing you. We love you. God bless. Have a great weekend.